Hello and welcome to the Redneck Reaction Show. We're gonna see what we got going on for 2025 for MMOs, baby. I'm trying to find me a good game. Let's get started.
Games that have caught our eye. Plus, we'll include a few recently released games that you might have missed at the end of this video. But for now, let's jump in. First up is Soulframe. This is an upcoming free-to-play MMORPG from Digital Extremes, the studio behind Warframe. Unlike its sci-fi predecessor, Soulframe,
the traditional stab in the back, okay,
is set in a naturalistic fantasy world and focuses on themes of nature, restoration, and exploration. The game will feature a slower, more methodical combat system focused on melee combat and swordplay, which is a big shift from Warframe's fast-paced action. Players can expect an open-world environment with immersive, short-session gameplay, meaning they can stay connected to the world without constantly returning to a hub between missions. A key feature of Soulframe is its environmental interaction. Players will be able to explore procedurally generated landscapes with a focus on cooperative gameplay, similar to Warframe, but with a more deliberate pace. Soulframe will also emphasize the bond between...
Bros just run up to you with a damn electric prong, brother. Like, damn, man, calm down.
Between players and nature, with the potential to befriend animals and have them assist in combat.
You're gonna have a rat assist you in combat, bro? Was he gonna steal some cheese?
Though the game is still in early development, the developers have promised transparency, keeping fans updated as new details come out. While there is no confirmed release window yet, Soulframe is expected to follow a similar development path to Warframe with possible alpha testing in the future. It's currently being developed for PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X and S, with more specifics to be announced on its livestream on October 25th, which is just a few days away. Keep an eye on the official website for updates. Up next is Dune Awakening.
Dune
Awakening is an upcoming open-world survival MMO set in the iconic desert of Arrakis, created by the team behind Conan Exiles. Players awaken as the Sleeper and must survive the planet's harsh conditions while navigating its dangerous politics. Gathering resources, crafting equipment, and building fortresses are core to the gameplay, along with constant threat of massive sandworms and rival players.
All right.
As you explore the vast, ever-changing desert, you'll have the opportunity to control the flow of spice, the universe's most valuable resource, and build your own guild or great house to seize power. The game stands out with its immersive survival mechanics. Players will need to craft essential tools like...
You know, like looking at this, I don't know about you, but it gives me like the Star Wars of the Old Republic vibes. Like, that was some good times.
Still suits and cut arrays to endure the environment, while mastering the lore of Dune by developing their character through their unique paths like Swordmaster, Mentat, or Bene Gesserit. The open world will be shared with hundreds of other players, offering both cooperative and competitive experiences. From infiltrating bandit camps with advanced tech to piloting ornithopters across the desert, the game aims to bring the world of Dune to life in an exciting way. Dune Awakening is currently in development for PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X and S, with a tentative release window set for early 2025. The next game on our list is Mmorpg. Mmorpg is an exciting new MMORPG that mixes a top-down camera with a fog of war system in a seamless open...
Kind of like League of Legends or Dota. Let's see what it's about.
Open world. As you explore, you'll discover a wide range of professions, quests, and unique monsters, all while diving into a deep, lore-filled story. The fog of war mechanic encourages exploration, making every corner of the map feel like an adventure waiting to unfold. Whether you're into PvE, PvP, or prefer gathering and crafting, Mmorpg has a variety of activities to keep all players engaged. One of the standout features of Mmorpg is how the game gives off some serious classic MMORPG vibes. It's got that nostalgic feel where the journey matters just as much as the destination. The attention to detail from the creatures to the day and night cycles makes the world feel really alive. Plus, the combat system lets you switch up playstyles, with heroes like the Blast Medic bringing unique abilities to both solo and group play. Mmorpg is heading into early access on November 26th, initially launching just on PC with pre-orders already available. It'll roll out on servers in regions like EU, NA, and Asia starting in English. And there won't be any wipes between early access and the full launch unless a big issue comes up.
Kind of like RuneScape,
if you've been waiting for a fresh, like immersive MMO,
houses you just walk
looks
into.
like it's worth checking out. Next is Monsters and Memories. Monsters and Memories is an indie MMORPG with a nostalgic vibe inspired by classic games like EverQuest. It's trying to bring back the feel of old-school MMOs, offering a slower, more deliberate progression system that makes players spend more time in each area instead of rushing through. The game has a low polygon hand-painted art style, which really gives off that classic Dungeons & Dragons look. The developers are keeping things realistic, aware of their budget and scope, so they can deliver something achievable and
Man,
fun.
that's
One of the
look
coolest
cheap
things
made.
about Monsters and Memories is its focus on group-based content, where working together is a big deal, though you can still solo play if you want. The game has a bunch of races and 18 classes, so there's plenty of room to experiment with different
It's like
playstyles.
a
The world is mostly shared with very little
Minecraft
instancing,
look,
and the devs are all about building a world
but
full
better.
of factions, lore, and seasonal changes. Combat is inspired by the classic MMORPG era, so progression is slower and more strategic, with players relying on teamwork and single-group content rather than huge raids. Launching on just PC, Monsters and Memories will be subscription-based, avoiding microtransactions for a more traditional MMO approach. There's no official release date yet, but the game is currently in development, with a proof of concept set in the western coastal desert region called Night Harbor. Fans of classic MMORPG should definitely keep this one on their radar. Up next is Brighter Shores. Brighter Shores is an upcoming MMO from Andrew Gower, known for his work on RuneScape. Set in the town of Andothria, players start as town guards in the small settlement of Hopeport. The
I
world
may
quickly
want to play
expands,
this.
allowing players to take on professions, battle enemies, and explore a rich, interactive world. The game's art and gameplay design draw inspiration from old-school RuneScape, offering a nostalgic feel while bringing modern advancements in
I will
graphics
play
and mechanics.
this.
Some of the standout features include its
Brighter
free-to-play model with
Shores?
no
Remember that.
microtransactions, instead using a premium pass for monetization. Additionally, Brighter Shores provides a mix of combat and more relaxed activities like fishing and crafting, aiming to cater to different playstyles.
I will
One
play
unique
this.
feature is the ability to level up professions while logged out, although at a slower rate, allowing for progression even during downtime. If you're into that retro MMORPG vibe and the nostalgia that it brings, you might want to check this one out. Launching on both Windows, PC, and Mac, Brighter Shores will enter Steam Early Access on November 6th with a closed beta set for October 22nd, which is tomorrow.
Sometimes it can feel like there's no
Apologize for
way out
that.
of treatment-resistant depression.
Get past
You take
this.
one antidepressant.
Up next is Chrono Odyssey.
Chrono
Odyssey is an
Odyssey.
upcoming next-gen MMORPG by South Korean studio Npixel. Set in the world of Satera, players will use a powerful artifact called the
It's like Dark
Chronotector
Souls
to
or something?
manipulate time and explore a land torn by war against the Void. While the world may seem peaceful at first, it's actually filled with chaos and contradictions due to twisted timelines. The game's unique time travel mechanics and focus on uncovering the mysteries of Satera's history really set it apart from other MMORPGs. The Chronotector, created by a mysterious civilization known as the Great Ones, plays a central role in both the story and gameplay, letting players alter space-time itself. What makes Chrono Odyssey stand out is its seamless open-world experience, dynamic
big
weather
guy.
systems, and large-scale world events. The game features 6 job classes, each with 2 weapon types, and players can switch between weapons in real time during combat. Plus, it's being developed using Unreal Engine 5, which promises stunning visuals and a smooth, immersive experience across all platforms. Hopefully, there will be both PvE and PvP content available on all platforms, with open-world boss battles offering challenging, unpredictable fights players to tackle together. Chrono Odyssey is set to launch on PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X and S, though no confirmed release date is available yet. Originally planned for 2022, the game had been delayed to accommodate for the switch to Unreal Engine 5, with a 2024 release now expected. No mobile version is planned, and fans of the next-gen MMORPGs should definitely keep this one on their radar as well. Up next is ArcheAge Chronicles. ArcheAge Chronicles is an anticipated sequel to the beloved MMORPG ArcheAge, which first launched in 2013. Developed by XL Games and published by Kakao Games, this seamless open-world action MMO
Kakao?
is set in the same universe as its predecessor, but introduces players to a new time period and environment filled with fresh creatures, artifacts, and challenges. Players can expect a rich blend of gameplay elements, including stunning graphics powered by Unreal Engine 5, enhanced mechanics, and an engaging storyline that immerses them
Does
in the
look
lore
nice.
of Harania, Auroria, and
Kind of remind
Nuya.
me of New
The
World.
game emphasizes exploration and progression, allowing players to craft their own destinies through non-linear
This looks better,
gameplay.
though.
One of the nice
I like
features
the
of ArcheAge
effects.
Chronicles is its class system, which includes familiar archetypes like knights, mages, warriors, and rangers, each with unique abilities and weapons.
Or like
It's
Blessed
refreshing to see classes
Unleashed.
being implemented, especially when many games have moved away from this approach. The game
Yeah.
also promises improved player housing and customization options, along with a revamped trade system and guild building mechanics. Players will encounter a diverse array of creatures, including dragons and other formidable foes, adding to the thrill of combat. With a commitment to delivering a dynamic and visually stunning experience, ArcheAge Chronicles aims to capture the hearts of both returning fans and new players alike. Set to launch sometime in 2025, ArcheAge Chronicles will be available on PC, Xbox Series X and S, and PlayStation 5. Next is Ashes of Creation. Ashes of Creation is an ambitious upcoming MMORPG set in a dynamic high fantasy world where players' actions shape the environments around them. One of its standout features is the node system, a mechanic that allows cities to rise and fall based on player activities, creating a world that evolves in real time. As cities develop, they unlock new quests, resources, and political tensions, giving players a sense of agency that extends beyond their immediate actions. From gathering resources to building or destroying settlements, everything ties back
the walk
into
is
how
kind of funny
players
right now.
influence the game's world
I don't know
and
about that.
economy. Ashes of Creation combines elements of both theme park and sandbox MMOs, creating what developers call a sand park experience. This means there are curated content paths while also allowing for open world freedom, catering to players who enjoy structured narratives as well as those who prefer player-driven exploration. The developers emphasize risk versus reward with mechanics like XP debt, minimal fast travel, and open world raiding, where failure has real consequences and success brings meaningful rewards. Inspired by classics like EVE Online and Star Wars Galaxies, Ashes of Creation aims to breathe new life into the MMO genre with systems that challenge the everyone's a winner mentality.
It's nice
Set
looking
to launch
box.
on PC, Ashes
I don't
of
know,
Creation
this game
has
kinda
entered
look
Alpha
boring.
2 testing with a release window tentatively set for late 2025. The developers are aiming for a smooth and expansive player-driven experience that will continue to evolve well after launch. Up next is Stars Reach. Stars Reach is a newly announced sci-fi MMO developed by Playable Worlds and spearheaded by the legendary Raph Koster, known for his work on Ultima Online and Star Wars Galaxies. Set in a vibrant, optimistic science fantasy universe, Stars Reach stands out with its fully simulated, persistent world where players' actions have a permanent impact on the environment. Whether it's forest fires, migrating herds, or building entire cities, the game promises a dynamic experience where every interaction contributes to a living, breathing ecosystem. One of the key features of Stars Reach is its dynamic environment where the terrain,
So
flora,
like
and
a
fauna react to
CO2
player actions and environmental
footprint?
conditions in real time.
What you
Players
do
will
can
also have the
run
freedom to shape the game's economy and establish governments on different
the
planets,
world or
with
not.
unique climates and ecosystems while engaging in fast-paced or strategic combat, both on the ground and in space. Additionally, the game introduces a wide array of races, customizable player housing, and a fully player-driven economy. Though currently in pre-alpha, Stars Reach is expected to be available for testing soon with more details to be announced. With a rumored 2025 release, it's set to be available for PC. Next is Aeon 2. Aeon 2 is the highly anticipated sequel to the beloved
some Avatar
MMORPG
vibes.
Aeon developed by NCSoft. Powered by Unreal Engine 5, the game promises stunning visuals and a more immersive experience than its predecessor. One of the standout features of Aeon 2 is its shift away from large-scale PvP battles and sieges, focusing instead on PvE content and small-scale PvP. The game is set 900 years before the events of the original game, without any factions, meaning iconic groups like the Elios and Asmodeans won't be present, which may feel strange to longtime players. However, the lack of factions opens up new opportunities for different types of gameplay. Another major feature is the introduction of unlimited gliding, not flying, but gliding, which provides new ways to explore the world. While some longtime fans may miss the massive sieges and faction warfare, the developers seem to be adapting to market trends, hoping that this shift in focus will appeal to a broader audience. PvP content won't disappear entirely, but players can expect a more personal and dynamic experience. Aeon 2 is expected to launch in 2025, though given
I like
NCSoft's
playing games with
ambitious
people,
plans to
so,
release 10 games over the
if you
next
like
year and a
single
half, a delay to
player,
2026 isn't
Not
out of
much
the question.
PvP. Here you
The
go.
game will be available on both PC and mobile platforms, with the primary focus being PC.
You know what you don't see in psoriasis commercials?
And lastly, we come to two MMOs that just launched that I wanted to include on this list, even though they are not upcoming, and the first one is New World Aeternum. Our first bonus MMO is New World Aeternum. New World Aeternum is the latest evolution of
played this.
Amazon Games' MMO, combining all of its updates, expansions, and new content added since the
They
original
did
release.
add mounts.
This version of
and
the
you
game
can
offers a
swim now.
revamped solo and
I
co-op
played
experience with
when you
updated
couldn't even
quest
swim.
lines
You had
that now
to
feature
drown
more
yourself to
engaging
get across
cutscenes
the
and
damn
cinematics
water,
better
man.
explain the lore and purpose behind players' journeys. With the introduction of cross-play, players on PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X and S can now explore the vast world of Aeternum together, ensuring a steady player base across platforms. Additionally, this is the first time that players have been able to play on console at all. The game also introduces a new lock-on combat system, making PvE more precise and intuitive, but it does have ramifications
didn't
on
know that.
PvP for those who are PvP.
Lock-on's nice.
New World Aeternum's crafting system is another highlight, rewarding players for
New
investing
World's
time in
grindy,
resource
I'll tell you
gathering and
that.
item creation. Many players enjoy its cathartic nature, while exploring the landscape and finding rare materials feels like a satisfying journey in itself. On the other side, the PvP system offers exciting large-scale battles, territorial control, and a variety of competitive activities that make every encounter dynamic. And for those who love the thrill of open-world PvP, New World Aeternum's faction-based sieges are some of the most exciting features in the game, encouraging strategy and teamwork. While it already launched on October 15th, New World Aeternum is available on PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X and S. It's still fairly new and worth checking out in my opinion, and we have a detailed video about this game if you want to check it out. And the last bonus MMO is, of course, Throne in Liberty. Throne in Liberty is a free-to-play MMORPG which launched on October 1st and is aiming to offer a fresh take on the genre with its weapon-based
I try to
class
play
system
this.
and
It's like too many
expansive
buttons
exploration
to push
features.
on the
Instead of locking players
controller.
into traditional classes, the game ties abilities and
Like you
skills
have
to weapon
your,
types, allowing
you have
for
2
flexible
weapons.
builds and more dynamic combat. Players can equip 2 weapons at a time, switching between them during encounters to adapt to different combat scenarios. The game also introduces an innovative transformation mechanic, letting players morph into animals like eagles or dolphins through better navigation across land, sea, and air. Its seamless world design and vertical exploration encourage players to
I don't know.
explore the
I'll
rich,
need a
ever-changing
a good
landscapes of
community to play
Silesium,
this.
where dynamic
I need
weather and
people to
day and
play
night
with.
cycles impact both gameplay and
boring out there.
exploration. Character and gear progression in Throne and Liberty emphasize freedom and player choice. The skill specialization system adds depth by letting players fine-tune their abilities, while weapon and skill upgrades provide a constant sense of growth. Gear progression is straightforward with an
Kinda
enchanting
like
system
Albion
that
Online,
avoids the
you can
frustrations of failures,
make certain
ensuring smooth
builds.
advancement. The game also features large-scale
abilities.
PvE and PvP battles where guilds compete over magical fragments, giving a mix of strategy and combat as players face off against rivals factions and Khazar's armies. We also have an in-depth video on this game if you want to check that out to find out more information. Throne and Liberty is available on PC via Steam, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X and S with cross-platform play enabled. It launched in North America and South America, Europe, and Japan on October 1st, following its initial release in South Korea in late 2023. So that wraps up our video on top upcoming MMOs for the rest of 2024 and 2025. What do you guys make of this list? Did we miss any MMOs out there? Are you looking forward to some of these you maybe never...
I mean, I was really interested in, where was it? Brighter Shores, because it just gives me the old school back in the day, early 2000s RuneScape vibes, but better graphics. This may be something I'd really look into and start, trying to play. But hey, hope you liked the video. The reaction video. I want to thank Fextralife, for his content that I was able to react to his video. And thank you for coming. If you could like and subscribe, I very much appreciate it. And y'all have a good day.